this public speaking skills and speak like a leader. I was searching for the right place, and then I was very happy to know that Kiran has started something called as Leadership Card with another three amazing leaders.
Training started with a SWOT analysis on our own strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat areas.
This particular course was broken into 4 main crucial topics. First week was about the communication.
To grow your business as well as your personal brand.
The second week, time management.
Prioritizing the time by the 4-step urgency versus important quadrant.
Third week was about change management.
Why change is important.
Where we had to explain Porter's 8-step model.
Last week was about conflict management.
I can very easily and confidently share my ideas and thoughts in front of my authority.
One of the important takeaway from this, the conflict management.
Leadership card, third mindset, relationship building.
A rich and diverse background of all 4 mentors is enriching.
Special highlight of this program is the last week get together as a team and work on a single project.
The important advantage from the leadership card, the personal interaction.
Best part about the program was they inspired us to take action.
Great session on how to make a vision board.
I highly recommend this course to the professionals of middle, junior and senior management.
Good evening to all those of you joined here live on the Zoom link as well as on other social media link where it's getting broadcasted. Thank you all for joining this leadership card hour, which happens on every Thursday, 7:45 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., wherein one of the leadership coach from leadership card will come over here and make a presentation on a topic which is much interest to each and every one of us. Once again, I welcome all of you to this leadership card hour, and I'm sure I'm audible and visible to all of you. So just to give a background of leadership card, Kiran, Ashish, Devesh, and myself, we all thought we have something common, and that's an idea which is born. And with that idea, we started these leadership card in the year July 2021. Since then, we trained over 2,000 individuals. These individuals are from corporate, these individuals are from public sectors and private sector organization, as well as the business professionals, businessmen and businesswomen. We bring in an expertise in the areas of communication, finance, services, transformation, operations, sales, and GS alliance. We bring in collectively 100 plus years of experience, work in diverse field of functions, India as well as global experience. That is what this team brings it together to you. Just to give a quick brief introduction about each of these coaches, Kirandeep Sandhu says, your voice matters, so speak to be heard, which is an important thing. We all need to speak to be heard. She comes from the academic and communication leadership background with over 2 decades of academic entrepreneurship and coaching. She is a John Maxwell certified leadership coach and a social entrepreneur. She focuses on mindset, personality development, effective communication, personal branding, and TEDx coaching. My other partner, Ashish Datta, he says, learn to lead yourself first, then rest is easy. Leadership is all about leading yourself. Operational and financial leadership is what his expertise is forte. He's a chartered accountant and certified trainer from IATD. He's a COO, CFO, leadership coach, self leadership architect. 3+ decades of finance, people, process, technology across industries, manufacturing, consulting, and IT. He is an author of a book as well. He focuses on self leadership, team dynamics, relationship management, and conflict management. Moving on to my other partner, Devesh Mohan, the third coach, tie your shoes and run towards your goal. Always it's important we tie our shoes and start running towards the goal. He brings an expertise in the sales and alliance leadership, and he brings an experience of more than 2 decades in the sales, business development, and alliance. And he is also a social entrepreneur. His areas of expertise is a leadership coach, focuses on personal transformation, goal setting, achievement program, sales and alliances, partnership and alliance program. He is also author of a book on the sale building your sales muscles. Let me quickly go on to today's session, what we are going to talk about. This is the 3 change journeys required in transformation. Before we get on to the topic, a quick introduction about myself. I am Ram Ramakrishnan, the leadership and transformation coach and a mentor. I bring in close to about 34 years of corporate leadership experience working with Fortune 500 companies. I'm a TEDx speaker, 2 times the author. My first book, Focus 5, a practical guide for career growth, and the second book, which is on local to global, a 3-step framework for transformation. My core areas I focus on business transformation, personal transformation, SWOT analysis, priority management, networking, and customer service. So recently, I got a credential through the PMI on the organizational transformation. From there, I picked on certain inputs. That is what today I am going to talk to you all about. Before that, the question comes in, what is that credential I bring in to talk about the transformation? You see, this is the photograph of current look and feel of those village, school, and college where I have born, brought up, and studied and moved up. See, it was a small 100 family, a village. From there, as a person, I moved to Bangalore in the year 1984 with only the language studied in Tamil medium. Post that, I worked towards saying that what all I need to do. I started my career as a typist, part-time typist, moved up into the corporate ladder and worked as the vice president for the largest, one of the largest IT services company in India. And I had a illustrious 34 plus years of corporate career. All was possible because it was a transformation, a person from a village coming into a big city like a Bangalore and working towards and proving himself to become and moving up into the corporate ladder. That has taught me at different lessons, and through that I was able to work on that transformation journey. That is where I wrote in the book Local to Global. It's also the processes one need to go through in bringing in that required transformation. Now, before we move on discussing more about the change journeys required for transformation, I have some good news as well as the bad news about the transformation. Which is the one you all want to hear? You can use the chat option and tell me you want to hear first the good news or you want to hear first the bad news about the transformation. Why don't you just say which is the one you would be keen to listen to? You can use the chart option, and as always, people want to hear the good news. Let me give the good news is only 30% of the time the transformation initiative anyone has taken succeeded. The bad news is 70% of the time when someone works on a transformation which is failed. This is not my study. The Project Management India done hundred thousands of companies. They have studied and looked at what is the trend on transformation. The bad news is 70% of the time the transformation fails, which is the research study. 30% of the time the transformation succeeds. But the contrary to that, if you look at any successful leader, we consider them, they are transformational leaders. How is that possible? That is where we are going to look at some of these things. Before that, I have few questions which you need not have to respond. I wanted all of you to just ponder around it, write it down, and start pondering around those questions. What is transformation? When people talk about the transformation, the question comes in is, what is that transformation? Transformation, some people think it's a simple change you make. It's a marked change. What is that you bring in is the transformation. Like, take an example. If someone wants to work on his health goals and he wants to ensure what he is weighing currently, from there bring an improvement. If a marginal improvement he brings, it's a change. A 1 or 2 kgs of a kilogram of a reduction if he makes, that is just a change. The transformation is he works on reducing it by 10, 15, a remarkable way of bringing that change so that his look and feel of it is completely changed, and he works on his body and builds those apps and other thing, and also brings that reduction, and which is much visible to all others. That is where the transformation comes into place. Again, when you go to organization, we had seen we are seeing lot of transformational product in the market. The iPhone what you use or the laptop what you use today were not the same what we have been using 10 years back or 5 years back. All this is called the transformation. The transformation, they brought in the marked change, brought in that huge change. With that you can feel there is something different than what all we have been using it. Now, moving on to the second question, I wanted all of you to look at, recollect one transformation journey you were leading or part of it. You are currently leading or you are part of that transformation journey. Recollect that one transformation journey you have gone through it. What were some of those learning? I told you, were you part of that 70% of the transformation which fails, or you are part of those 30% of the transformation which succeeds? Think through that. Have that marking done, either it was part of 70% or it was part of that 30%. Do you see any one or two things which would have been done, the result would have been different in that transformational journey? Either it may be your personal or organizational transformation. When you are looking at, see what are those one or two simple things which you have done would have given marked change, marked results. Now, moving on to the next question, I wanted, then the question comes in is, we see 70% of the time we feel there's a huge research has done, research after research has been done, it is proven. 70% of the time, the transformation things fails. Only 30% of the time, transformation succeeds. then why transformation? You look at our own lives itself, from the child what where we born to till today. If those transformation are not there, we are not that kind of a person today. In a competitive world, if you wanted to stay ahead, or your organization wants to stay ahead of the competition and be that like a red umbrella among those black umbrellas, what makes that difference is this transformation. So if you look at, as I said, look at those successful leaders, they are all transformational leaders. They had that clear knack of what is that some of those things needs to be done so that the transformation succeeds. They are part of that 30%. I remember when I started my career in the 84, 86 time frame, there should be a book called In Search of Excellence. They studied many companies at that point of time for that excellence. Today, you look at many of those companies are non-existent. Reason being is they have not focused on transformation. One of those companies, maybe the Kodak, they didn't look at what is the mobile revolution is going to come. They had gone out of that transformation. How many of you here, the next question comes in is, at this point of time, answer me this question using the chart option if you can. How many of you working on or will be working in the near future or any one of the transformation project or a change project, right? Each one of us, whether you are in business or you are doing working in an organization, always you will have, you are part of some transformation project, some change initiative, some project which you would be definitely working on it. If you are not doing that, you are not trying to be that red umbrella wanting to move ahead, right? Just give me a minute. Yes. So now I see some of you said that yes, you are working on the project, on the transformational project. So are you ready to learn simple yet three change journey, powerful three change journey that would facilitate, bring that marked change into your business, and you be that among those 30% of the people who succeed in that transformation. Great. It requires, there are three transformation journey one need to go through that. Let us go through one by one and understand that. First is that leadership journey, leader journey. As a leader, what one need to do? Align the leaders on the purpose, goal, and need for change. When you are working in the organization, you as a team leader, a team person, or as a project person, you need to align the leaders on purpose, goal, and need for change, which is the important thing on the leader's journey. The second one is turns leader into the transformation agents. How you can convert those leaders into the transformation agents. I will explain this with an example in a while from now. Help leaders design and prepare solution. The transformation is not the one-way street, you push it, things will happen, wherein you need to align the leaders on the purpose, goals, and need for change, turn leaders into the transformation agent, help leaders to design and prepare the solution. And finally, coach leaders to implement and sustain the change. If you are doing your personal transformation, then you become as a leader, you need to go through this journey. In the organization, you have to take through that. Here, I would like to bring an example from my professional life where I was heading the corporate real estate facilities and administration after merger of the two organizations. We were supposed to deliver a $10 million savings on real estate facilities consolidation. This is the transformational project because they are seeing a marked change. They wanted to bring in marked change, do that in next 6 months of a time and achieve the results. As part of the leader's journey, what the first activity I did was identify those different leaders, stakeholders involved in the process. In this particular case study, it is the department, administration, facilities department, it is the finance department, it is the legal department which is required. This is the related project teams who are required and the procurement team. These are the five, and many more stakeholders may be there. I brought in an alignment, the purpose, goal, and need for this change, having a discussions with leaders of this team. Then each of them become owners for their own area of a contribution, what they are supposed to be doing it. They have been provided freedom to design and prepare the solution. How do they implement? How do they deliver that results? What is it ultimately we need to achieve? Each one of the part has been made very, very clear. Then it has become easy. Coach leader to implement and sustain the change. See, what happens is any change, irrespective of any level you are in, there is going to be resistance. There is going to be people, when you hit little bit of a roadblock, you take a back seat. That is where we need to coach, implement, how do we sustain those changes. That was had happening through the proper governance structure and weekly review meetings with them. This is the leader's journey, and I'm sure all of you understood this, the fourth step, which is an important element of any transformational journey you wanted to take it up. Next comes is the people. Ultimately, whatever the transformation you are going to bring in, it is going to have the impact on those people, individuals working in the organization. Assess stakeholder culture and readiness for change. And we need to constantly, this happens through a constant communication and constant interaction with the people. You need to look at who are your key stakeholders. Apart from this, you need to first assess that key stakeholder, then culture of the organization, then readiness for the change. How do you prepare the people for that change is an important thing. Promote awareness of the program and desired goals. As a next step, once you do that, as a next step, you promote awareness of the program. What is in it for me? Start telling to each one of them what is in it for them, why this change, how this change is going to make them better than what they are today. Number 3 is design and build required capabilities and changes. It's not that when any transformation you are going to take through, you have everything in place. Sometimes you need to build the required capabilities by way of training them, by way of upgrading their skills and capabilities and the changes. You need to work on certain definite changes that is immediately required. Either it may be an organization change, it may be a people change, whatever it is required. Prepare for the launch, embed, and reinforce behavior. So when change, part of it, you need to keep on doing again and again, reinforce, saying that what is in it for me, for them. This change, how this change is going to make them better, and reinforce those behavior. Because there are few of the people may not agree with what is it ultimately being done. There it is important that we need to reinforce and bring in everyone to that change. The people journey becomes important. These are the 4 steps. Assess the stakeholder culture and readiness for change, promote awareness of the program and desired goal, design and build required capabilities and change, prepare for launch, embed and reinforce reinforce behavior. Going back to my example, people were saying that the program which has been planned to implement on the real estate consolidation, which was not possible. There is a hope. They said that it is difficult to make that change. Then we worked with the team, put forth saying that yes, if this is not possible, ultimately we need to achieve a $10 million of a savings. What is it we are going to do? Is there an alternative we need to consider so that we are able to achieve that? So work with the team and assess, help them to do that. With that, they brought in, and there is a certain small changes was need to be made, achieving that ultimate result, which has been done. And we brought in an awareness among the people saying that as an organization, we are going to do, there is a overall plan, and these are the things which is going to be done, what is going to be impact on certain people and certain individual, and those managers have been talked to, those employees have been talked about. All this thing has been done. Once it is done, when during those review meetings we come up, governance structure meeting, people will always come up saying that yes, this is going to be difficult and we will not be able to do that. When the question is, always certain things are going to be difficult. As individual, we need to find how we do that is most important, how we bring back from them to on the track so that they are able to start working on it and give them that confidence and give them that support. That is what has been done as part of the people journey. Once leader journey is taken care and the people part of it is taken care, then the most important thing on a transformation is the program journey. You have to launch this as all the transformation as a project and clearly define the roadmap. What is it going to be done and who is going to be responsible for this? What is the timeline by which things are going to be done? That has to be very clear. Roadmap has to be developed. Then set up initiative and management process. So like the communication part of it, what are all the various communication? It's not that communication means only you send email as a communication. There are various mediums through which you need to reach the people when you are bringing in that transformation, answering what is in it for me. It is the way you understand, one individual understand is not the same way other individual is going to understand. So we need to use different mediums, different methods and different initiative. We need to work on it. And there should be a management, which I talked about. The governance structure is the management process, wherein you have a governance structure, wherein you work on saying that how this will be reviewed. In case of a roadblock, somebody hits it, who they need to work on and address that gets addressed to them so that they are able to move ahead on that. Then oversee the initiative design and control targets. It's not that always asking them the question. You need to see where they are having a problem. Is there any kind of an assistance required? Is any kind of a small changes needs to be made so that the roadblock is cleared, we are able to move and achieve that control targets. Finally, direct and support initiative implementation. See, always it's a people business. People are involved in it. People need that kind of a support. Confidence is not things going to be the same way at all the time. So how we work and extend that required support to them to implement this entire transformation. If we look at where those 30% of transformation leaders who are successful in implementing their transformation, these are the three journey they have gone through. Number one, as a leader's journey, they worked on all these points which is required. Number two, the people journey, and number three, followed that program journey. With all this three things which is done, and you should be able to implement any transformation possible. So that is the thing. So we all have powers to make impossible possible, but it requires intention and practice. All these things are not going to happen just like that, and you need to constantly look at and work on this and implement it again and again in the project, in the current project, or start looking at in the past project what are some of those areas which has not clearly worked well for you, so that how you can start working on this in coming days in the future. So these are all the key points. If you start working on it, and you can be part of those 30% of the people, transformational leader who can make the transformation successful. So this is what I had to share with you as of now today. But if you need more information, you can reach out to us. We will be happy to assist you. And we have been working with some of those organizations, also working on their transformation journey, how they can do personal as well as individual, personal, organizational transformation areas. We have been working on it. Now it's time. If any of you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them for the next 3 to 5 minutes or so. And I'm sure, hope this has given you a clear framework on what you need to do on these three areas: leaders, people, and the program when you take up the any transformational initiative. Just to close with my example on which I was talking about, that $10 million saving real corporate real estate consolidation project, how I worked on those program areas. We had clear governance structure which has been put in. Every week we have those governance meeting. In those governance meeting, each one of those leaders who are their areas, they need to come back and say what is the progress they have made and where they are having the roadblock, and what is that support they need from this central program office, so that we are able to help and move and achieve towards the goal. And it also reviewed if they agreed on certain timeline, whether they met those timeline. If they have not met those timeline, what is the reason, what is the support they require. And that is the way it has really helped them, and we help me to achieve those targets on time with the team. So all of us want to be part of those 30% of those transformational leaders who ensure the success of the transformation initiative. Then follow these steps, and that would definitely help you to move ahead. I consider you have no questions. Anybody has got any questions? Okay, so we'll move on how you can continue your journey with us as a leadership card, how we can help you in that. One is this card hour, wherein every week on Thursday, 7:45 to 8:30 p.m., we are here, share some nuggets of wisdom and knowledge, what we gained and over a period of that has helped proven over a period of time in our experience. That is what we share here. Personal transformation program is the another thing which you wanted to individually work on it. There is an organizational transformation program. There are module-based training and online self-based leadership training program is something which is the thing you can look at. Any of those areas you can start associating with us and working on that. This is the details about the personal uh, transformation program. It starts with personality development, leading self, leading teams, and leading organization. These are the four areas. We cover this program over 2 months on the weekend and provide the information to you. So these are some of the snapshots of our in-person and online programs, what we have been doing over the last 2 years. And thank you very much for attending today's card hour session. And leadership cards with comes with 100 plus years of collective experience. We work on knowledge, accomplish, reflect, and develop on the providing the leadership training, leadership coaching, and leadership mentoring. And you can reach out to us. I stop sharing. Still, if any one of you have any questions, I will be very happy to take it up and provide answers to them. Great. If we don't have any other questions, thank you very much for again. Until we see again on next week, same time during the card hour at 7:45. This is Ram Ramkrishnan signing out from all of you on Leadership Card. Thank you, Ashish, for joining in as well.